There's something amazing to be said about public transportation. Whether you're in a big city or a small town, there's some form of it. And it always has the greatest stories to be told. Back when I lived in Salmon River City, I took the train to work almost every day. It just seemed easier. Public transportation in Springshard is a little bit different. As opposed to a train or bus, there's a giant string of carrots being strung together in a chain. You sit on one and chant to the rock golem, pulling the chain to bring you to your location. Typically, I drive to work, as it wasn't on the path of the carrot chain. But Springshard law dictates that everyone must take the transport at least once a week. I'll be honest, I don't know if Mayor Tetra Burns ever gets off the train. Whenever I'm on, she's already there. And whenever I get off, she stays. I'm taking the carrot chain today. As I'm pulled along, I look at my fellow passengers. A woman with a small baby, a man in a trench coat, and Alita Dupree. She's the only one not chanting a location to the golem. Alita, how are they supposed to know where to take you?
My final location is none of your business.
But if they don't know where to take you, how will you get there?
Taryn, darling, you worry too much. People assume that in order to get things done, you must hand out your personal info like it's undisclosed brand candy on Halloween night. We're too trusting these days. You don't need to tell anyone anything. Sure, I don't have water, electricity, or heat in my house because I refuse to tell those underhanded companies where I live. But who needs that? Then you can have serene privacy.
Sure, okay. That's great and all, but don't you think that sharing some things may not affect you?
Absolutely not. You see, Taryn, the world is a harsh place. There are people out there you can't trust, even it seems like you can. People you want to trust and people that will make life easier if you did trust them. But sometimes those people are the ones you can't trust at all. Like the waiter at the restaurant. You want to trust them, but they may use your favorite dish against you.
Right, okay. Well, this is my stop. I hop off the carrot chain and watch as it pulls away. My location is the edge of town. I walk further from the town until I reach the site of my car crash. The pieces lay across the ground untouched. I search through the shrapnel and find what I'm looking for, the gnome that Lena, their leader, gave me. The colors painted jovially on the cap and face are still bright, but the gnome itself has been cracked in half. It's completely solid except for a spherical hole directly in the center. I reach into my bag and pull out one of the time orbs. It fits perfectly into it. I put the orb back in the bag with the other two. Yes, I'm carrying around 3 magical orbs that apparently are strong enough to kill me. And I thought last year was weird. Lena, their leader, June, April, and I thought it would be best if I took the orbs with me, to keep them safe. Time is moving faster than it was before. I've been here about 2 days, and everything has gone from futuristic to living in the 80s. We have to fix this soon. As I look around the crash more, I notice that the wall of mist seems denser than normal, like an actual wall. Well, that would explain my car crash.
What you doing, Taryn?
Oh my gosh! Hi, Tetra!
You weren't trying to leave, were you?
No, of course not.
Well, good. We can't have you missing the annual grand opening of City Hall tomorrow. It's going to be lots of fun.
I bet.
Yep, we'll have cows stampeding through the crowd, confetti made of old fish, and a raffle to win an angry wasp nest.
You see, you advertise things like that, and then you wonder why I don't come.
Oh, don't be such a soil sport. The weather is supposed to be perfect for it. Hurricane-grade winds and a sleet at the same time. How wonderful.
As Mayor Tetra Burns rants on and on about how great the event will be, I make my way to the wall of mist. I put my hand up to it. It feels solid, but also not. Like Jell-O, if that makes any sense. It could stop my movement, but with enough force, I could break through. I take a breath and step into it. Suddenly, it's not hazy like I thought it would be. It's like being in an empty but homey white room. I can see Tetra and the town beyond her. It's hazy and blurry, but I can see her.
Taryn, are you playing hide and seek?
Tetra, I'm right here.
You must be playing hide and seek. I'll go check my house to see if you're there.
Despite my calls out to her, she walks away. I look around my setting more and see on the other side of me a foggy view of an old road framed with trees. I walk over to it and push myself out of the mist place. I'm no longer in Springshard. Through the mist, I've made my way to the other side of the border of town. I can leave Springshard. That evening, I bring April, June, Lena their leader, Lena the girl with the afro, and Connor the boy with shabby bangs to the edge of town.
Can I ask why we're here?
I found something, and I think you'll all want to see it. I lead them to the mist wall. Put your hand in the mist. Tell me what it feels like. The 5 of them do so.
Feels like a brick wall.
The rest nod in general consensus. Okay, yeah, you think that. But watch this. I walk into the mist and feel it close around me.
Taryn!
Taryn, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Taryn, are you there?
I walk back out of the mist and am greeted by the relieved stares of June, Lena the girl with the afro, Connor the boy with shabby bangs, and the stern glare of Lena their leader.
Taryn, what was that?
I don't know. Inside that mist is a bright white space. I can hear you, but no one can hear me. I think I'm the only person who can go in.
How can you be sure?
I can't. But none of you can get in, and Tetra couldn't hear me when I called out to her. I think we should store the time orbs there. If something is going to try and stop us from ending the turnback, we need to keep them safe. And me carrying them around is not a good idea.
That might work. Good idea, Taryn. Lena, Connor, and April will look for the next orb. June and I will do some more research at 11th hour. Come join us when you have the chance.
They all go their own way, and I walk back into the mist. I place my bag onto the ground and pull out the orbs. A red one for Dottie's, a black one from the car crash, a green one from the community garden. 2 more. We only need 2 more orbs, and then we can stop the turnback and save the town. When I accepted the transfer to Springshard last year, I never imagined that I would be saving it. I don't have to do this. I could turn right now and leave. They almost have them all. They could place the time orbs down. But I can't. Despite the fact that no one remembers me, and that this isn't the town that I know and love, I can't leave it. So I give the world beyond the mist one last glance and make my way out to Springshard. The sun is starting to set as I exit the mist. Funny, I didn't think that much time had passed. A shadow of a figure almost scares me. April May is sitting on a rock by the side of the road. Hey, I thought you were looking for the time orb with Lena and Connor.
I was, but I figured I wouldn't be much help. The town has changed so much since I was last here.
I can imagine. I don't think I ever asked, but how are you adjusting to all this?
Honestly, it's hard. I thought my life was over, then to be brought back and told that you have to save the world. It's a lot of pressure. I feel scared, but at the same time, I have this deeper goal to fulfill, you know? Like a deep urge that's driving me to what I'm meant to do.
I get it. I mean, I'll never fully understand what you've gone through, but to know that the world as you know it has changed, and to have no one remember you, and that you have a responsibility to fix everything, it's hard.
Do you ever wonder why you're here? And I don't just mean about your purpose, I mean really wonder. Out of billions and billions of stars, a planet had to form around one of them. And then out of billions of people, two had to meet and fall in love to make you. And out of billions of people, you were chosen to come to one of billions of towns. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, sometimes.
And your conclusion?
That I am either the luckiest or unluckiest person in the world. You?
I don't know. All I can think is that the odds are so unlikely. But what if they weren't? What if instead of billions of people to choose from, there was actually only a handful? Suddenly your odds get a whole lot better, or worsening, depending on how you look at it.
How do you look at it?
I think that we have no idea what this could become.
We sit in philosophied silence. April's eyes drift towards the mist wall.
Why do you think I couldn't go into the mist?
I really don't know. Like so many things here, I really do not know. Come on, let's go meet with the others. Hi, this is AJ Robinson, creator of Chronicles of Springshard and the voice of Taryn March. I just wanted to thank you for listening to this episode. If you like this episode and want to know when the next episode is up, feel free to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Springshard Chronicle for weekly updates and teasers. Episode 7 will be up on April 10th. If you like this episode and would like to listen even when you don't have Wi-Fi, it is available for download. If you want to listen while looking at a picture of the super cool cover art, you can also listen on YouTube. Check out social media for more information. The awesome music you are listening to right now is by Chaos Emerald on YouTube. Go check out her channel once this episode is done. In fact, if you're listening on YouTube, I'll even give you a link in the description below. You can also check her out on Instagram and Twitter at EmmaJoyceY. The voice of June Hardy was Carly Curtis. The voice of April May was Tanisha Mbwani. The voice of Lena, the leader of the Lemonade Gang, was Kirsten Gorman. The voice of Mayor Tetra Burns was Haley Holland. The voice of Alita Dupree was Marina Kiranova. Special thanks to Jess Milton, Derek Taggart, and to you listening right now. Try and stay away from any mist walls.